Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Sunday.
Happy sleepy Sunday. I'm so tired.
I know, right? I've been
Uh,
up since like 5 o'clock. So I
well,
took a shower. My hair is wet. I'm going to make Jody curl my hair today. So y'all might actually see me later with this hair not looking like how it looks right now. So get excited.
I took a
Okay.
shower, but I didn't wash my hair because I was like, I ain't got time to be messing with it today.
Right. Mom
Uh,
life. Okay, so we have Crystal McLean here live with us this morning. This is my friend coming live all the way from North Carolina, and she's going to share some top 5 tips today that she uses to get in control of her money and how she plans a budget and things like that. So
mm,
I thought that we could get ready together and talk about that. And if y'all have any questions, feel free to drop those in the comments, and we'll try to answer them as we can. So I'm excited to be here with Miss Crystal this morning.
Me too.
So yeah, we're just gonna chat about money this morning while we get ready to go to church.
Oh, that's
So
like so taboo to talk about money.
nah.
People make it so taboo. Like, you want to talk about what? So yeah, we're gonna talk about the B word today. And that word is budget. And that word seems to petrify people. And I don't know why. It's like, um, I think when they hear it, they think restrictions, they think inabilities, they think, being out of control. And it's like, quite honestly, it's the opposite of that. It's being in control and giving your finances purpose. We work, all of us adults, I think we can agree and say we work incredibly, incredibly hard for our money. Some a little more than others, but yeah, we work hard for our money, and it's absolute, like, the definition of insanity, to just make all this money and keep giving it to people. And we could go on and on and on about that, but I just kind of wanted to share some of the tips that we do here in our house that kind of help us keep us focused on a budget. While there's probably 1,000 tips, these are the first five, I guess, that we kind of implemented, and I think right now are probably the most important to us because it keeps us focused and on track. And then I know some of you are probably asking, like, okay, well, how do I create a budget? That's a whole nother conversation that we can have. I can definitely, help you with that. So the first thing is setting a budget. so
Hey, Crystal,
yeah.
before you start sharing about that, because a lot of people don't know who you are, why don't you give them a little bit of an introduction and background about, kind of how you got started on this whole getting out of debt journey, and because you're credible, so we want people to know.
I guess that would be a good start, huh?
Yeah, tell us
uh,
about that, and then we'll jump into your tips.
well, hey, Crystal McLean. We'll start this over. My name's Crystal McLean, and married 7 years. I'm terrible about remembering. I've got three boys, 11, almost 4 and 2. They'll be birthdays next month. And I guess just to jump right into why I find myself educated to talk about this is back in November, my husband and I decided that it was beyond time to get our finances together. And what that looked like for us was between car payments and credit card debt and medical bills, student loans, all the all the things, cell phones, like all the things that people have. We had a combined total of $86,006.01 in debt, and it was a vicious cycle. It just seemed like we were barely having our heads above water, and it was just time. So um, I have gone through debt, um, getting out of debt once before by myself. And the way I do that is, if you guys have never heard of Dave Ramsey, I highly suggest that you go Google him and start researching about him, because he is phenomenal. He has several books, programs. He actually has an entire business created on getting people out of debt. He has been through bankruptcy twice. He's been a millionaire a couple times, and has lost it all. So he's definitely credible to talk about um, debt and stuff. So that is the program we follow. It is called the Total Money Makeover, or Financial Peace University. You can look both of those up. And if you have any questions about that, we can definitely connect and talk more about it. But that's basically what we follow. There's 7 baby steps, and those baby steps include everything from saving emergency funds to paying off debt, to building wealth. So that's where we are, and we are 10 and a half months into this. And as of this month, roughly, we have paid just over $28,000 in debt since November.
Wow. Wow. That's a lot of money. Holy crap.
Yeah, you were waiting for that bomb, right?
Dang. Hey, can y'all get excited about paying off that kind of debt? I mean, I know I have a lot of friends that have a lot of student loans, and I know I have a little bit left. Like I have I think about $5,000 left in my 2 student loans combined to have those paid off. But mom could tell you we started with a whole heck of a lot more. Like she had, I don't even know how many loans, and I had 4 when I started and paid off the first 2 and working on the last 2 now. So yeah, like it's a real serious thing. So you guys, if you could get excited about paying off some debt,
Yeah.
I want you to put the word debt in the comments. And as you're listening to this in her top tips, Crystal has a free group, and she'll put the link in the comments after if you'd like to join that free group. And which I think it's really cool, where she shares like tips every week, and goes through their budget and talks about how to feed a family of 5 on how much, Crystal?
It's a little more now. But when we first started, we were feeding a family of 5 on $70 a week.
Ooh, and they have 3 boys
Yeah.
that eat a lot out of house and home.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys, like if you want to join that free group, I know she has a freebie she's going to be giving away. And so we'll put that link in the comments after. Okay. Actually, I think I can actually put it up on the screen here. I'll do that.
How fancy.
Yes, we fancy, girl. We fancy. Okay.
Yeah, the group is what I'm basically trying to what I'm trying to create is a community where like-minded people can come for support and education, knowledge, tips, all of that stuff. A community, because what we're doing, it is not easy, and there's definitely struggles. There's definitely points where we just kind of like want to give up, and it's like, oh my gosh, we're never going to get there. And then when you have that community with like-minded people, they help you keep on track and stuff. So it's a great little thing. I am so excited about it.
So y'all type in the comments if you would like to get that free guide from Crystal. Type money in the comments, and she'll send that free guide over to you.
Yeah.
So we're gonna let her go ahead and dive into these tips this morning. So you don't have to per se take notes, but you can if you want to, because I think a lot of the information will be in her free guide. So I'll let her go ahead and get started.
Yes. Okay. So, well, I guess these are, like I said before, these are going to be the 5 things that we are implementing right now in our household that help us. There's a long list of tips that we could give. So, but I'm just going to share kind of what we do. So, tip number 1, this is across the board. Everybody needs to do this. It is, in fact, setting a budget. That infamous B word that we're so afraid to talk about. You have to set a budget. You've got to know how much money you've got coming in. You've got to know how much money you've got going out. You need to know what you're working with. I will tell you quickly too, when I sat down and did that with us, you guys, we put down all the essentials, like, your rent, utilities, all your debt, your car payments, your credit cards. When we finally sat down and actually listed all of these things out, added them up, looked at our income, That is in fact when we realized we had $70 a week to feed our family. So when I say like this is something we started at like the perfect time. If we would have waited any longer, I mean, I don't even know. Like, I don't even want to think about it. So setting a budget, finding out how much money you have coming in and out of your home. So that is definitely tip number one on that. Join my group. We're going to dive into budgets, what that looks like. People complicate budgets so much. It is not hard. I promise you, it is so easy. So yeah, that would be tip number one. You need a budget. Put this
Okay, if y'all are getting any value from this, type value in the comments. If this is helpful, type helpful in the comments. If you have never created a budget before, we want to hear
the budgets. Put that in the comments. Be like,
yeah. If you cringe at the thought of creating a budget, because I mean, I'm going to be honest, I have set a budget a few times, and somehow, some way, I always end up blowing it. I mean, I
think what happens is people set budgets and they do it backwards.
Yeah.
So I'll use us as an example. So, back in November when we were setting budgets, I would have probably easily said, okay, our food budget needs to be at least $100 a week, which is what it is now.
Right.
I need to have tweaking in that because Lord, these boys are eating me out of house and home. They're growing, but that's another conversation. But so typically we would have set our food budget for $100 a week. Well, knowing what we know now, that would have put us $120 a month over budget because we were building backwards. So what we had to essentially do was find out what we were working with, how much we had to work with, basically see what our scraps of money that were left over, and that's what we had. Now we are an extreme case. I don't know if any of you are in that situation where you're left with scraps of your money. But if you are, I want to encourage you that you can do this, that you can definitely be, at rock bottom and still crawl your way out. It's just going to take a lot of dedication, a lot of work, and you really have got to want it. So
you said it right there.
Yeah.
You gotta want it. I mean, you gotta be committed to the goal, right?
Exactly.
I think at the end of the day, I mean, that's like with anything, we can talk about it all day long, but unless our actions meet up with our goals, then, it's never going to happen. And I think that's the part where, we get all hyped up about something. We get excited and we're like, oh yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to kill it. Like, oh yeah, like me, like, oh yeah, I'm going to kill it at the gym, y'all.
I've been saying that for years, and look at me, I'm still fighting that battle.
You know what? I did when I did my makeup yesterday, y'all. You know I like doing my makeup. And the baby's sleeping right now. My sister's here, so she's on duty in case the baby wakes up. And so we shouldn't have interruptions like we did yesterday. But yeah. At the end of the day, like it really just comes down to how committed are you to your goal? Are you really, really committed to the goal that you have set? Do you have a plan set in place? Do your actions line up with what you're trying to do? Because I mean, obviously, I'm trying to get a 6-pack, but I can't get a 6-pack if I don't go to the gym, if I don't eat right.
I keep eating this ice cream and fried chicken. It ain't never gonna happen.
Hello. Can I get an amen? Yes. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Trying to make sure my eyes are getting blended here. I don't want to show up to church looking a hot mess because I got focused on talking finances, which you guys, I'm so passionate about this. Okay. So budget tip number 1, you got to know what you're working with. Tip 2, and actually Jessica kind of just mentioned this, it's having a goal. You have to set a goal. You have to know what you're working for, and that work along with budget scares people because, and it did for me too for a while. I'm just like, well, I don't know. Like, well, when do you want to have this debt paid off? And I'm like, yesterday. I don't know how to answer that, can I go back in time and like do that? I think we put too much pressure on goals, because we think once we set them that they have to be achieved perfectly. Like they have to be achieved in that certain time frame. They have to be achieved to look a certain way. So when it comes to setting a goal, keep in mind that the goal never changes. But if you set, like, say, a time frame, and you come to that time frame and you haven't met the goal, you didn't fail. The goal's still the same. You just need to change the date on it.
Right.
And that's what keeps you refocused on it. I will say though, we've set goals. So like our first goal, and the first thing you do in getting out of debt is you create an emergency fund, which is $1,000. And we, I think, probably had about 550 of that set up. But again, we don't have a whole lot of money we're working with, as we have a $70 budget. So I'm like, okay, it's going to take a minute to get this rest of this $1,000. So we gave ourselves 30 days. We did it in 14.
Wow.
Yeah. When you put your priorities and you align your priorities, the way things happen and unfold is just, oh, it's crazy. Well,
I hear the babies.
looks like my little one has busted through the door.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's okay. He's gone.
Is that Jackson?
That was Carter.
Oh.
So the goals, we accomplished that 14 days early. So then our next goal was to have all of our debt, aside from student loans, so car loans, car payments, that's the same thing, car loans, credit cards, cell phones, like all that other debt. Our goal was to have that paid off by next summer. I'm so proud to tell you guys that we will probably do this by next February. So
awesome.
4 months early, 5 months early. And we're ahead of the game because we've put our priorities in line. And I will say sometimes you're going to fall off that bandwagon. It's okay. Pick yourself back up, jump back on it, and keep riding. So,
right.
Okay, we all fall.
Hey, you got to fail forward.
Oh yeah. Like some people don't realize that. I mean, it was a hard one for me to understand too, but I'm cool with it now. Me and failure, we're coming to yeah. Let me take a drink.
So is this helping any of you guys? Put helpful in the comments if this is helpful, if this is making sense, because that's what we're here for. We just want to show up and provide some value for you guys and, chit chat with you.
It's all about community. Like,
yeah.
And I'll tell you, if what's happening right now in the world right now is not showing you that having people in your circle is not important. It's so incredibly important for mental health, for support, growth, education, knowledge. Like, it's so important. So that's what I'm trying to build here, the community. I really, really want to help people. I mean, I'm helping my family get $86,000 out of debt. I fully believe I can help you and your family, support you and your family. And yeah, it's awesome. I'm excited. Okay, so third tip I have, because for us in the beginning, it did not work for us, but it does now, is to give yourself an allowance. And what that means is giving yourself just a little bit of pocket money, whether that's, $10 a week to put into your wallet. What that creates is a sense of not feeling like you're neglected, like you're neglecting yourself. So you put $10 in your wallet and you go off to work and you're like driving by the Starbucks and you're just like, oh man, I can really go for that cup of, white chocolate mocha, whatever.
That sounds good.
No, it's so good, girl.
Ooh.
It's not good for you, but it's good. But where before this journey, you would have never thought twice about pulling into that drive-through, ordering that and a breakfast sandwich and handing them your debit card. And next thing you know, you're spending $10 or $12. So what having that little $10 allowance or whatever it is you choose, what it does is it makes you reevaluate the purchases that you're making. So if I've got 5 days till I get my next $10, Starbucks doesn't look so appetizing anymore.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm also allowing myself an opportunity to buy myself something if I want to, because again, we work hard. We should be able to reward ourselves, but unfortunately, we've put ourselves in a position where that looks very small and limited, but not fully restricting. So you can definitely still, treat yourself to something. You just got to have some control on it.
So that's what the group is all about, is taking control of your money.
Got it? Your money.
Yeah, your money. Yeah. Call JG Wentworth. No, I'm just kidding. Use it when you need it.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I mean, in a sense, though, that's kind of what it is. Like it's your money. It should be there when you want it, when you need it.
So, like when Crystal first started this journey, it's been how many months?
About 10 and a half.
10 and a half months. And, like she said, it hasn't always been perfect. There's been a couple times where, I guess like not really falling off the wagon, but haven't been as committed to the goal. But they've done some crazy things. All right. Like things, I guess it's not crazy. It's weird to some people because it's not the norm, but for them it's the norm because they're creating habits, because they have a plan, they have a goal set, they have something in mind for their future, and that, in order for that to take place and to happen, you've got to make sacrifices. And that's what a lot of people just don't understand. Like they're not willing to make short-term sacrifices for their long-term goals. And that's really what it comes down to. Yeah. And so I
say that again for the people in the back.
Yes. Say that again. Say it a little louder,
For that 6-pack, you gotta sacrifice that cheeseburger. Look, I ain't sacrificing the cheeseburgers. I just won't ever have a 6-pack.
Listen, yesterday when I did my makeup, I was feeling cute, right? I was feeling cute. And so I took some pictures and I sent them to Crystal. And I'm like, dang, I'm looking cute. If I wasn't fat.
You did. Oh my God.
I'll be real cute.
At least I'm cute for a fat girl.
Yep. No, I just need to get this body right, okay? And then can't nothing stop me. I'm sorry. I'm a little confident, y'all. It ain't nothing wrong with confidence. I'm not being cocky. I'm confidence. There's a difference in cocky and confident. But
there's a huge difference. Yeah.
Yeah. And anywho, my eyeballs are watering. All right. Where are we at? What tip was that? Oh no, what I was gonna say, totally off track, but not really. It's around what we're talking about. But some of the crazy things that they have done that, okay, I'm gonna just tell you one. I'm gonna tell you one, and y'all probably gonna think it's crazy too, because I was like, that's not normal. They got rid of their cards, like all of their cards, like no card, like not even a debit card. And I'm like, but how do you like pay for stuff? Like how do you like pay bills? Like how do you like, I don't know. Like, where do you get money from? Like we forget there's such thing as cash,
I know. Like what's this cash thing?
Right?
Foreign currency you speak of.
But that's exactly what it is, though, because everything they're trying to do now. I mean, I fully believe the Lord's coming back soon, and all of this is part of that. And we're not talking about that today because that's a whole nother conversation. But like going to Walmart and they're trying to get you to only use your card and not cash and things like that. I mean, that's a part of it. Like God is setting the stage. He's lining things up. It's coming. I'm telling you what, y'all just sit back. He's getting ready to pull the curtains back and reveal himself. So, anywho, but
that was like literally our first step. Like what we did that initiated all this. And we did a video on it. So if anybody wants, it's public. You can go to my page. You have to scroll back on to November. Whatever happened to the thing on Facebook where you could like go back to years and months? Do you remember that?
You talking about memories?
Yeah, like I remember there being like a section where you could like scroll back to a certain year to look at memories, not have to scroll back through your entire life to try to find it. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Does anybody know? If you know, put that in the comments. So
anyway, I wish they would bring that back, but
right. I wish Facebook would bring it back a lot of things that they used to have. But anyway, we get off track. We get talking about all kinds of stuff this morning. We get excited.
But yeah, that we did a video of us cutting up our credit card, and we ended up cutting up our debit card as well. And the reason we did that was because we wanted to eliminate temptation. It's just too easy to use a credit card or card to pay for your purchases, and I just didn't want to have that being like, we're already struggling with everything else. Like I just wanted to take away, you know, all the other struggles. So we go to the ATM, we get out our weekly budgets, which at the time just gas money and food money, and there wasn't anything else. Like we didn't have anything else to be able to go buy. So it kind of worked out like, well, we ain't got money, so it's not like we can go to Walmart and shop or buy toys.
Well, basically, like what she's doing is she's taking away the convenience. And when you take away the convenience, you know, just like she said, well, if I don't have $20, I can't go, you know, run through the drive-through at Burger King or whatever, you know, because you have to have that money. If you don't have that cash and you don't have that money set aside for that, whatever you're doing, and you don't have a card, it kind of takes the temptation away, you know, because it's no longer convenient. So I think that's really awesome.
Yeah, we still don't have a card. We actually did get one in the mail the other day because my card had expired. You know, they send you a new one. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know where it is. I do need to find it because we do have a couple payments that are linked to cards that get paid online. But yeah, I gotta find that. But yeah, we just don't.
They just don't. So they just made a decision. That's what they did, and they just stuck to their decision.
Yeah, we just don't.
Just don't. Because I'm gonna tell you what, I get happy when I see certain things, and I'm just like, you know, if somebody's selling something on Facebook or whatever, and I'm just like, oh snap, let me go get my card right now. I'm gonna just buy this right now. Because like women especially, we're emotional buyers. We shop on impulse. So if you are an impulse shopper, like 99.9% of women, you have no self-control whatsoever. That's a whole nother video. But you see something, you're like, I gotta have it. And like, I'm gonna be honest, even if I don't have the money, I'm like, yeah, I don't have the money right now. That's okay. I got a credit card. You know, whatever. Julie, like, she got me. We don't want to talk about this. Y'all, I'm all for supporting small businesses and my friends in direct sales and network marketing. I actually have a free group. If you're in direct sales or network marketing and you're trying to learn how to build your brand online, how to sell online, how to recruit online, I teach you how to do that in my free group, and I'll put that in the comments. So if you're in direct sales and you're in network marketing and you would like to learn more about how to build online, how to build your influence, how to gain more customers, we do all that in my free group. And that community is awesome. You're building that. Yeah, it's pretty great. I'm getting ready to put out some really good stuff that I think they are going to love. So yeah, but I love to support small businesses. I think literally, actually, when we were talking about budgets and stuff, I was going back and looking at like what all money I spent this last month, and I was like, holy crap, way too much. But I this past month, like, I don't know, something in me was just like, you know what? I just want to like support my friends, like in network marketing and direct sales. And so I started trying to buy something new, at least one thing from someone that was in direct sales that I had never bought from before. And so like my friend Kayla, she sells these pills. I don't even know what they're called, so I'm gonna have to tag her. But it's in my story, and I tagged her. So if you want to go check that out, they're like magic pills that give you like tons of energy. And I'm like, I need energy. I'm tired. I like get no
That's
sleep.
what
I
this
need
is.
I need yeah. Is that what is that? Is that Spark?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And see, I like that stuff too. And my problem is consistency. Like I just, I mean, I just can't. Anyway, so like I bought these pills, right? And I'm kind of excited about trying them. I haven't tried them yet. I will actually try them for the first time today. So I will keep you guys posted. I'll write a little review for Kayla and let her know how those things went, because if you need energy and they're as good as she says they are, y'all all need to go buy some like today. And so yeah, I was like, okay, let me just go down the list and figure out how many people I bought from in direct sales. So like I bought that from her and I'm gonna try those today. I tried some slim tea stuff from Crystal. That's like it's
It's
like a
basically a natural, gentle herbal
cleanse.
cleanse.
Yeah. And so like I like that. That was pretty cool. And then I bought some nails because y'all know I mean I can't do my nails, let's just be honest. And I'm never gonna paint my nails. I'm never gonna do it. My nails or my toes. I'm just not gonna do it. I tried to paint Braylon's and it looked like she painted her own. I mean, it was terrible. And so I like to go to the nail salon and get my nails done. And I like to get my feet, pedicured, whatever. But anyway, so she sells these nails. Amy sells these nails, and I don't know, she was having some party and she invited me to it. And she was like, I need help to reach my goal. And I was like, girl, okay, I guess I'll buy this stuff. Okay. So and I don't know if I'll use them because I'm really not like a big like nails person. But I give away like a lot of prizes in my group, in my free group. And to be honest, you just don't ever know what you're going to get in your package. So it might be some free nails. Y'all don't know. So
Yeah,
anyway,
I love them. I
I
love
just
those
want to,
nails.
yeah, Crystal's like, send them to me. I'll take them.
Listen,
But yeah,
my husband can
so
probably hear right now. So only send them if they're free because I have been cut off from buying anymore because I have more than enough.
she has a nail addiction.
But
But
if
yeah,
they're
so
free, I'm allowed to accept them.
right. And then I have this other friend that she does like oils. And I have tons of oils, but like I was interested in some other things. Like I tried this like natural like base like deodorant, which was pretty cool. And her name is Karen. I'll have to go tag her. Um like but anyways, like if you sell something like something cool, like obviously if y'all know me and Crystal, if we're in direct sales, network marketing, we are in the business of skincare and cosmetics. By the way, I am looking for somebody who is in direct sales because I want to support you in your business who has a white eyeliner. Okay, because my company does not make a white eyeliner, and I need a really good white eyeliner. So if that's you, put that in the comments, and I will go check that out. Or if you know somebody, tag your girlfriend, because I need a really good white, and I don't want to buy it from the store if I can help it. I would rather support someone, support
Yeah,
small
definitely.
businesses. Um, so yeah, so like I bought the pills and I bought the nails and then I bought the natural deodorant and like, I'm here for it. Like I'm here for all of it. So if you have a small business, drop your link in the comments. Let us know what you do. If you have a free group, put that in the comments. Like, hey, maybe there's somebody watching this live that might want to join it who could be interested in what you've got going on, what you have to offer, what you're selling, or maybe your business opportunity. Who knows? So, I like to share. We like to talk about that stuff. Okay, so what was your next tip, Crystal?
Hold on. I need to put that on hold.
Are you doing
What
your
lip should I do?
oh
So I'm
are you
working on
doing
kind of like rosy pink. I don't know if you can see it or not. I got to get a
uh-huh.
better ring light. It's on my list. But it's like a rosy pink the kind of colors or whatever. So I don't know if I should do a nude or go with something a little bolder, because it's not a heavy look, but it's not like super simple either. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm. Do you have like a? Mm,
I just don't know what lip to do. I
do you
know
have like?
nude would be the safe choice.
Do you have something that's like a mix of a pink and a purple and a lipstick?
Oh God. like a
Like a
maroonish burgundy,
like a lilac?
like purple.
Yeah, like a pinkish purple.
No, it's like
That'll make your
purple.
eyes pop.
It's like purple. It's
Which
like
one? The dark.
violet.
Oh, I know what you're. I know what you're talking about. Oh my gosh, my nose is running.
Yeah, it's like darker, like a either deep purple, or it's like purple. I'm not
You like a
explaining that
pink.
color.
You like a pink.
Do like a pink?
Yeah. Do you like a pink?
Do like a pink.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, I'm like, where are my lipsticks? I forgot I moved them to this case. Look at this organization in my life. I'm trying to organize, but like, can you see? Where did it go? All those lipsticks.
I have 4 containers like that full.
Okay, well then I don't look like I got anything over here. So I'll just keep these to myself.
Oh.
I'll be impressed by my own. I do have some other ones over here, so it's not just these, but so let's see.
So,
Oh, look. I think one of my kids got into this one.
oh man.
Oh, that's nice.
So, another crazy thing that Crystal did, this was this week. Why don't you share about that? Because people are really going to think you're freaking nuts. People are going to be like, oh yeah, this girl's crazy for sure.
This girl going crazy. Let me get off this feed right now, because this girl's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I am a little crazy. I won't lie, but it's a bit crazy.
Yeah.
This is the purple I was talking about. That's what I have. You can see that. There we go. Do you see it?
Yeah. That's pretty dark.
Yeah. I don't have anything. That's the lightest purple I have. I guess
you
we're
could
just gonna go with the nude.
You can rock that purple if you want. I mean,
so anyway, we did a little bit. We talked about pros and cons. We always like try to digest our decisions before we, make them, which I think is important. And so
you mean you actually like talk to your partner?
yeah, like, so I was actually
Make decisions together, like as a couple.
I imagine that.
That's important, you guys.
It can be done, people. You can communicate with your partner about life decisions. It's kind of the point of a relationship.
Follow us for right. Follow us for our next live about tips on how to have a great relationship. No, I'm just kidding. I can't help you guys in that department, obviously.
Oh gosh. So I was in Florida and I got this site, and I called him, and I'm just like, hey, I'll talk to you something real quick. I've been thinking about doing this. What are your thoughts? And so we talked about what it looked like, how long this status, I guess this new status would be in our lives. And really it came down to I would be the one making most of the sacrifices for this one. But what that means and what that looks like is that as of what's today? Today's Sunday. So what we did this Thursday, yeah. I think it was. We sold our second vehicle and became a 1-car family.
Oh my God.
What are we gonna do? My husband's more of the worrier. So there was a lot of like what ifs for him. Like, well, what if this? What if that? what happens if this happens? What happens if
Yeah, like
that
what
happens?
happens if your other car breaks down? Like then what do you do, right?
Well, for us, fortunately, it's my son's day. There was an engine recall in it. I don't know how long ago, but it was back in January. It was before all this COVID stuff started. Our engine seized up in the car. And long story short, it ended up being covered by the recall. So we have a brand new engine in our car. Brand
Oh,
new.
that's nice.
So honestly, there's honestly no like concerns about that vehicle breaking down right now. We're not worried about it. I feel like I really, really feel like God put us. I mean, think about like this, like all the things that led up to making this one decision of becoming a one car family was because God was guiding us with that. Like like our car broke down and then it was replaced with like a whole brand new engine. So in a sense, we were being given, you know, a reliable, source of transportation, not knowing that that was going to be our only source of transportation. So now looking back on it, it's like sometimes you get to these moments in your life where you're like, man, he's working. You just don't see it.
Well,
So,
he's
but
always working behind the scenes, even when we don't know it, which is great because, you know, I look at my life now and I'm like, man, if I had followed along with the plan that I had for my life, there is no telling where I would be. Yeah, there's no telling where I'd be right now, you know. So I'm thankful and blessed that God had a better plan than I did for my life.
No kidding.
Yeah,
So yeah, we sold the car for $6,500, and then we decided to take 1,500 of that and set it aside to find something on the cheaper side. So we will be replacing the car at some point. It's just a matter of when we find time to work for that. Jason works like 6 miles from home, so I mean you don't really need a whole lot. Like my goodness, we could get a moped at this point and it'd be all right. But I love him too much. I would not let him do that. So then we took the other $5,000 and we actually put it towards our final credit card that we have, and that will probably, my goal is to have that paid off by Christmas. That's credit card. Just use the wrong lip liner.
You need that medium nude.
Yes, I put on light. I was looking at it like, why is this so light?
Yeah, I need
the wrong one.
That medium nude is just the best. It's like it's good.
You could use it as lipstick. Like just line your whole lip
for like
with it and put some gloss on it.
Yeah. Okay, so
let me line my lips real quick and
okay, so you guys, if you're getting any value from this, if this is helpful, please like this post, please share this post, and hey, tag some friends, like tag some friends that you know that you think might you know, benefit from some of this information or that you think might want to join Crystal's free group. And don't forget to put freebie in the comments if you want to get that freebie from her, and she can send that over to you. So when she gets done lining her lips, we're going to recap those tips. And I think
still
we're on
2 more.
Number 4.
We're on number 4. Yeah.
All right.
So recap. Tip 1, set a budget. Tip 2, have a goal, set a goal. Tip 3, those weekly allowances, so we feel like, you know, we're getting something for all this hard work. Tip 4, and I have so many plans on making so many videos about this because it's such a broad topic, but it's meal planning. It's the only way we were able to make $70 a week work for feeding 5 people. We had to map out, you know, what we were eating for the week. So every Sunday night I sit down and I go through our pantry and our refrigerator, and I see kind of what we have. So I shop on Tuesday mornings. So on Sunday nights I go through and I'm like, okay, well, you know, that's already allocated for dinner tomorrow for Monday night. So that's, that's out of it. So let me see what else I have. Okay, we've got some chicken in here. In the pantry, we might have some, beans and canned tomatoes, brown rice, whatever you got in your pantry. And I try to create meals from what we already have, and then just add, the 1 or 2 ingredients we need to complete those meals. And then from there, do my other meals, figure out what it is I need to complete those. And then I add the essentials for our family, like almond milk and bananas and apples and spinach and broccoli, all that stuff the kids snack on, and cereals and just all that stuff. So we add that to the list. And then on Tuesday mornings, when our paychecks hit, I go out and get our food budget, and then I go grocery shopping. And then we usually have, on average, between $20 to $30 left over. So when you think about that number, we're still spending $70 to $80 a week initially.
Yeah.
But that extra money that we have left over helps us get through the week. So let's be real. We're going to run out of milk. We're going to probably run out of bread. There might be a night where I'm just like, you know what? I know we said we're going to have spaghetti, but we're going to order pizza. And that extra cash is what that's there for. Every week is different. So, but meal planning keeps us on track. It keeps us focused. It keeps us, those goals in line. It helps. And let me tell you something right now. A mom of 3, it saves so much time. Like, you don't have to think about what's for dinner because you already did it Sunday, like the whole week. So yeah, meal plan. It helps you stay on budget. It eat healthier. So yeah, meal planning definitely is one of those top tips for staying to your budget.
I will say I did that last week because that was one of the things that I used to do. Exactly that. Go through your pantry, see what you have, and figure out how we can make this a meal. Like, what 1 or 2 ingredients are we missing, and put that with there, and make a menu like for the entire week. And then from your menu, make your grocery list. And it does save a lot of time. It saves you time. It saves you money. And what you'll find is you will eat a lot healthier, I feel like.
Yep.
And that's what I have got to get back to, is eating healthier. Because sometimes when you have kids, it's just easy to be like, okay, we're eating chicken nuggets tonight. And you almost have to make like 2 separate meals or whatever.
Okay. Like, definitely don't beat yourself up over those kinds of decisions,
Right.
as long as you're not feeding them, cupcakes for breakfast because you decided that's all you wanted to put in your grocery cart. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay. We buy nuggets all the time, and the kids eat them for lunch because it's just easier that way. So,
Yeah.
but I'll tell you, what doesn't happen is that, my kids aren't jacked up on sugar. They're not drinking soda. We don't buy sodas. We don't buy juice. We buy 3 things of almond milk. Sometimes the chocolate milk doesn't make it in. We probably do that about once a month. I'll buy the chocolate almond milk. And then we buy vanilla milk, the vanilla almond milk, because they prefer to drink that. And then I buy the unsweetened kind for like cereal or cooking or something like that with. But even like with the kids, I noticed that when we don't have certain things in our house, because let's be real with kids, like you go to the grocery store and you're putting like goldfish and yogurt covered raisins and fruit snacks and frozen waffles, like all of these things that of course kids love to eat. And then that's what they end up consuming all the time. My kids on a daily basis, they will eat like oatmeal for breakfast, scrambled eggs, toast, banana, yogurt, like all things. Some kids are here too. And I'm not feeding them what I call junk. I'm not saying junk in portions is okay, but just not every day.
Okay.
Okay. And then last tip, my absolute favorite. Some people struggle with this, and I'm gonna tell you, if this is going to be a struggle for you because you are in a relationship with somebody who's just not supportive, I will pray for you first and foremost that God works in that person's heart to change. But it is involving your family in your goals, in your visions, in your dream. My whole family, this is like our journey. So obviously Jason and I are seeing this journey. And then the two little ones, they don't really get it so much. But where I'm seeing a lot of the effect come from this is in my 11-year-old. That kid right there, he'll never have debt. He is going to have wealth before 30. I fully believe that. The things, the values that he's learning through this experience, I can't pay for that. Like, I mean, he is learning even with his own money what, like, how to purchase something and process. So like if he goes to the grocery store or the store like Walmart and he sees this toy that he wants, he has learned how to process that decision instead of because emotional buying. So instead of being like, oh, I'm going to get this now because I've got $75 and I can afford it, he'll look at it and he'll just be like, well, I mean, is it worth it? Like, do I really want it? Let me just put it in the cart and think about it. And I love that. Like, I love that he is processing decisions at the age of 11.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah. And then, they're rooting you on, they're cheering you on. He constantly questions everything that's going on. Like, how much debt have we paid off? What does it look like this month? I sat down and showed him, we went from having that $70 food budget, because that's like literally all the money we had left over, to now 10 and a half months later. And after literally after we tithe our 10%, we still will have $700+ a month now that it's just left over. It's just there. And try not to cry because I will get really emotional about this. I cried the other day on a video I did because I was talking about this, but I cannot even begin to express how it feels to go from feeling like you're at the bottom, and it's like, how am I going to feed my family? How am I going to support them? How, all these hows, to now being over here and having such a relief that, like, if one of my kids got sick, okay, I'm going to take care of them. We're going to go to the doctors. We're going to pay the co-pay. We're going to get the medication, whatever it is that he needs. It's a sense of like freedom. I mean, we're obviously a long ways away. We've still got, I think, $58,000 in debt to pay off. But what we've done in the last 10 months has relieved the pressure. Like we were like this, like, okay, we're sinking. We're not quite sunk, but now like we're up here. We're just like, oh, okay, I can see the horizon. Like we're not drowning. Like it's so worth it, you guys. So worth it. It's such small sacrifices for such a huge gain.
Yeah. So basically, to touch on what she just said, you have to lead by example, right? And more is caught than is ever taught with your children. Have you ever heard your parents say, don't do as I say, do as I, or don't do as I do as I say, right? Right. And like that is so backwards. Like you're like, what? Like that doesn't even make any sense. So more is caught than is ever taught. Children learn by watching you and what you do. And that goes for everything in life. So she's teaching them at a young age about money, about budgets, about goals. Like I think that is so important. Casting a vision, how to track a goal. What we teach it in my company, and I've always taught all my girls this is, it is so important to have your family on board with you about your goals, and whatever your goal is, you need to laminate that sucker and put it in the shower. So you have to stare at it every single day. Put it on the side of your fridge and talk to your kids about it and tell them why are we doing the things that we're doing? Like, why are we cutting back? Why are we not going to McDonald's every day and getting chicken nuggets? Like,
Uh,
it's little things that really do add up, because maybe you're saving for a big trip because you want to take them to Disney or like a family vacation or whatever, but little sacrifices for long-term goals. And a lot of people, they just don't want to make those sacrifices, and they're not consistent. They're not committed to their goals. And I think that is what it has a lot to do with. So, okay. So
I think this is what was a turning point for Hunter, and then I'll stop talking. So Hunter is because it goes with what you just said. Hunter is like my nerd. He is so incredibly intelligent, obsessed with science. So I use this. You got to give yourself and your family something to visualize. So for Hunter, it's like, great, we can buy a house. Like, that's not his dreams. Like that doesn't excite him. So I told him, I said, Hunter, I want you to vision this. Imagine for the next year, we don't go to Chuck E. Cheese. We don't go to McDonald's. We don't buy new toys. Like, we don't do anything extra. And at the end of that year, we have a house. And in that house, I can set you up, like, let's say in the garage, I can set you up your own corner to have science lab. And he's like, you would do that? I said, yeah, I would do that. Like, that's what you're passionate about. You like science, right? Like, you want to have a space where you can do experiments, right? And he's like, I would love that. I said, if I guaranteed you could have that in 12 months, if you gave up everything else, would you give it up? Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's where the flip happened for him.
Yeah.
He had something to visualize, something that was his dream, his goal. So now he's right there next to us with us. Like, what's the budget? Are we on budget? What's this look like? Do I need to clip coupons to help with it? It's just, I don't know. It's amazing.
I love that.
So, yeah.
Okay. So, number 1 was budget. Number 2 was.
Okay. So let's recap. Yeah. Number 1, set a budget. You got to know what you're working with. Number 2, set a goal. You have to have a vision. Like, you have to see, where's that point? That I don't want to say end point, but I guess end point would be the right word. 3, give yourself a small weekly allowance. I mean, if you're able to, it doesn't have to be extravagant. You don't have $100 a week or anything, but just something to reward yourself for getting through the week and staying on that budget. Like, just staying, to those goals. 4 is to meal plan. That's going to help you stay on those budgets and reduce your spending, eat healthier, all the things. And then 5, involving your family, especially your kids. You need that support system, that support group, especially, in your home. So those are my 5 top tips that we do on a daily basis. And it's working for us. $28,000.
Hey, all right. So I think that's all we have for you today. We kept it right at about an hour. We were going to cut it off at that, but we could talk about these all day long, obviously. So, if you want to hear more about this, if this was helpful, make sure you put helpful in the comments. If you got value from this, type value in the comments. If you want to get that freebie from her, type freebie in the comments. Make sure you like this post, share it with your friends, and tag a few friends who you think might be interested in some of this information that it might be helpful to. And I really think it's helpful for everyone. Unless you're a millionaire and, you don't need to know about any of this stuff, then you don't need to watch this video. So, yeah, I don't think I have very many millionaire friends on my, I have a few. I do have a few. So I do.
Yeah.
But the majority of people watching this video, if the title caught your eye, how to take control of your money, things like that. If that's you, then you definitely want to join that group. And I did put that in the comments, and I put her top 5 tips in the comments also. So make sure you type freebie and she'll get that over to you. So that's all we have for you today, guys. Until next time, I enjoyed hanging out with you today and getting ready. And now I got to go get my sister to do his hair, you know what I'm saying? So my hair can match my face. So
this is as good as it's getting today.
Anywho, so we enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you have a great Sunday, and we will see you next time. Bye.